Hello, queens, and welcome to yet another stream. I am Gina, aka the Gina Chu. How are you guys doing today? I'm gonna play some Skyrim because I didn't know what else to play, and I feel like it. It's been a little while since I've jumped in. Yeah, and so I just feel like I want to run around Skyrim a little bit. My lordy. And, just see what it is that we can discover in the land of Skyrim. I believe when we last left off, I think we were doing the Mage College quest, the Mage Guild, mages, something about mages. I think we were doing the Mage Guild quest. Oh my lord. The cell phone is not stopping, guys. I guess I should be grateful, but also, it's a lot. There's just a lot going on, you know what I mean, queens? Today's been kind of a so-so day for me. I don't know why I felt a little down, I guess. I don't know. I just haven't been, I guess, very excited. Today has just been kind of a blah kind of day. Yep. Sure, if the game is loud for you guys, it might just be loud on my end. But anyway, wait, but I never. Did I finish the companion's quest?
I need your help with something private.
I had to have finished the companion's quest. I think I finished the companion's quest, but I was just waiting for Ayla to go back so that I could ask her to come with me and be my companion. I gotta do that sometime soon. What's up, Toltier?
Good to see. It's always encouraging to see the young. Did he now?
Yes.
Does he have information about our wonderful discovery?
I found a certain book, Knight of Tears.
Is that the one about something buried beneath Sarthal? Something that men and Mare fought over? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations.
Okay.
I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Aliad, Dwemer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We are involved in serious research here.
Yeah, serious research.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Oh, please,
Well,
I hate
I'm
you.
quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose
Scholars,
we'll
good
continue
sir.
this at some later time, when we can avoid interruption.
Yes, Toltier.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go.
I don't understand what's going on.
Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Psijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants.
Aren't you just an advisor here? Oh, actually, no. Why are you so concerned about this, dude?
I'll be the one asking the questions. All you need to know is that the Psijic Order is a rogue organization, believing themselves to be above the law. They have clashed with the Old Mary Dominion before, and I have no intention of allowing that to happen here.
You're a douche. Boosh bag. Alright, where are we going?
Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here. Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here. And then he will be...
Beautiful, thank you, game. And then apparently he's going to be removed from the college, which I don't think that's going to happen.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. It is good to meet you in person.
What's going on? What happened, everyone?
I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately. But I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief.
Okay.
The situation here at your college is of dire importance. And attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen.
Aha.
The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
If something is dangerous, then why don't... okay, what does that have to do with me?
You set this chain of events in motion
What's
at
that
Sarthal.
question?
You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
Okay, what exactly?
As you
is
may
the
have
problem?
learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
I'll help, but I don't know what to do.
Unfortunately, the future is as obscure to us as it is to you. The overwhelming power of the Eye makes it difficult for us to see.
Ironic.
I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college.
Okay.
His perception may be more coherent than ours.
Okay, where can I find this one?
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location.
Indeed, they do.
I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can.
Okay.
It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
Oh, well, thank you for your belief.
I'm sorry. Were you about to say something?
Well, what is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here she is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
What a jerk.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Psijic Order. Here after all these years and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow. What you learn here will...
That's okay.
Has
Let's go
Tolfdir
there.
been telling stories again?
No.
I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject.
All right then.
Okay, well, I guess that means we're gonna go talk to Tolfdir. Whoa! Did you guys see that? That guy zoomed! I just watched the playback. He definitely
I'm
zoomed.
not sure what just happened, but I assure you I will get to the bottom of it.
Oh, no, you won't. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna kill him. I will. I'm gonna kill him. It's gonna be great, Queens. Hi.
The college will be here for you.
You know the dog.
Well, now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the Midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you?
Where's the minute?
Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful.
Okay.
All right, then.
Let's go. To the midden. Next, I gotta get it. I'm friend over something. I gotta get up the window. Okay, we don't want to go into the hall of counselors. We want to keep this in. That wasn't very smart of you, Mr. Draugr. My brother and I were talking about this game versus some of the other games in the series, and one of the things that I do have to agree with him on, as far as things that are kind of annoying, is that when you do go into places like this, it's always either bandits or Draugr. Not really, anything else. I hope this is right. It is correct. It's somewhere on this map, Queens. Hello. Goes out to Skyrim. No, we don't want to. Woo! I figured this would take us back up to some degree. Well now, isn't this lovely? Okay, so this place... That's for some kind of quest. It requires a key. Yeah, I think I kind of went... I think I kind of went backwards by falling down there. Jesus Christ. Okay, now I'm back here. Cool. Alright, so that was a cool way back up. Now let's go this way.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointment. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
Hello. So you're the Augur of Dunlane?
I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek.
I was told to find you. Oh, what is it that I'm seeking?
You seek that which all who wield magic seek. Knowledge. You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume.
Yeah, pretty much.
You seek meaning, shelter in knowledge. You will not find it. The Thalmor sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others.
Thalmor, what
The one who calls himself Ancano. He seeks information about the Eye, but what he will find shall be quite different. His path will cross yours in time, but first you must find that which you need.
Which is?
You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your Archmage.
Okay. Take it to our Archmage we shall. Ring of the Viper Eye. Hey, it's a special item from one of my, probably the, Legacy of the Dragonborn mod. Stamina increased by 45, magic resistance increased by 10%. That is going in my collection. Offering box. Ha! This looks like something I definitely want to do, and there was an Astronaut Forge manual here. I'm assuming that that's exactly what I could do here, is forge an astronaut. Weapons away. Let's go talk to the Archmage.
The chanting services.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several if you're talented.
I have important information.
Really? And what might that be?
We need to find the Staff of Magnus.
I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it.
It's connected to the orb we found.
And how do you know of this?
I spoke with the Augur of Dunley.
Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the Staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this.
What should I do next?
A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything?
Okay.
I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
Thank you.
I hope Mirabelle is helpful in locating the staff.
The exact nature of my research is a secret.
She's upstairs.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking?
Archmage John said you'd mentioned it recently.
I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it, though I'm not sure what he expects me to tell you. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere.
Who are the Synod?
Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power.
So no one knows the assassination?
No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember.
Well, I guess that's where
It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative.
We're going to Mzulft. I'm excited.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
Funny you should mention that.
I don't think anyone here truly...
Okay, so before I go to Mzulft, I want to see if I can go grab Ayla. So, we're gonna go visit the companions in the Vitran. And I found that going to Dragon's Reach is quicker. Whee! Alright, let's see if Ayla's here. I think they should all be back by now.
I've been tending to the warriors of Jorvaskr for as long as I can remember.
Friends like you are hard to find, and very valuable to me. I've heard some rumors about you and Skjor.
And if you want to keep having ears,
Oh,
we'll
there you
pretend
are.
you didn't.
Is it not allowed?
It's not exactly forbidden, but even so, it's not true. So that's that. You're someone who can get things done. I like that.
Follow me, I need your help.
Let's not waste any time.
Yay! Ayla, my number one bitch. I love her. She's great. I thought I stumbled upon Mzulft already. I guess not. Alright, let's just go to the Riverside Shack and go from there. Methola is the Daedric Prince of Lies, Secrets, and Plots. There's so many Daedric Prince things that I haven't done yet. Close to here. The question is, we need to go until we find the road.
Someone do something! Somebody help!
What, dude? Seems fine to me. go.
Crystal. Gone. Find apparatus. Inoculary.
Beautiful. So take the results key, we'll take the research log. Which we will read so that we know that we've read it. Hopefully be able to solve all these puzzles or whatever we need to do to get past these. Make sure you were with me, Ayla. Free to help here. Ayla, please, thank you. Sorry if I've been a little quiet, guys. I'm very tired today. I have a feeling kind of just oh! Let's get rid of this trap trigger. Shock for the collection. You know, back in the day when we first played Skyrim, that was always the key word for the collection. Noticing that I'm finding a lot less ore than I used to, so I figure I might as well grab some while I have the opportunity. Oops. Didn't finish. I accidentally pressed a button. Pickaxe on me at all times, since, you know, archaeological sites here. We should probably go. That's a soundbite I need to get for the stream. Is John Tron going, oh, my favorite? Because I legitimately in real life say that all the time. Oh, my favorite. Oh. Same fam. I didn't want to take the pot. You can make quite a tiny profit off of, you know, just mining ore. Something special for some reason. Healing. There's also 2 of these, so where's the other? That's a question. There's a Falmer ear next to him. Maybe it was just the Chars that killed him. Please keep up, thank you. I would like for you to be able to help me in combat, that is why I brought you. Thank you. have, like, post-combat stuff. Try to hit something someday, I'm sure. Yes, you break in and steal all of your goodies and valuables. Level 13 flee for 30. I don't know if I want her to be shooting people and people flee. Like, I don't want them to flee. I want to kill them so they don't come back. So I think I'll give her that one, but if I find another good bow, one that's just enchanted and not special that I want to put in my, you know, museum, I should fork it over to her. So they're coming, motherfucker! She probably got pushed down, didn't she? Yeah. She comes running back up. I'm not mad about it. Now that I have a bunch of these, I should. About the enchantment and more about it just being shiny and glowy, because that's what I do. guys just had a fight to the death.
I'm still here. What do you need to take?
I don't really need to take. Okay, she does have a Skyforged steel dagger. Okay. And key to the White One's gate. She has her own shield. She's got a hunting bow that does 12 damage. Okay. That was really more what I wanted to know. Because if I give her a more powerful bow, she should automatically equip it. And if she doesn't, I can just yank her bow out of her inventory, and that'll force her to equip it. But if it's a better weapon, she should automatically equip it. Just, you know, give her a little something extra. Also, I think with the arrows, if I give her like one arrow, I think she can use an infinite amount of them. So I'm not going to get her some. Let's put her arrows as well. Take all of those actually. Come on. Oh, I should just keep my distance like that. Maybe just because she's. Should maybe program that. Sure. This is another Synod researcher. Did you get her? You got her! Nice. Hey, this is what I was hoping for. This one of those I can. This one. There we go. Hey. Okay, we could go to Surveyor. A power which targets nearby excavation site. I have to go down this list. I want to get those eventually. Let's do that right now. I got 440 carrying capacity. Very helpful. Actually helpful. Hey. Hey there. it weigh nothing? I am down for that. Make sure I'm not backtracking. I should also save again. Let's see. What goodies do you have inside? Ooh. Amulets, a piece of coral. Excitement. Ooh. Ooh.
Just die!
Nice. My brother and I were talking about also how one of the weird things about Oblivion is that when you knock an arrow, you can't really unknock it in that game. So when you get into a situation like that where you're just kind of like, there's nothing else to shoot at, he just shoots at the floor and then picks up the arrow because he's like, there's no way to unknock it. I just switch back to my daggers, and that seems to do it. Oh. That is my phone alarm. It's time for my allergy pill. My allergy's feeling a lot better now that I've spent a day away from my mother's house. The cigarette smoke is just too much. So that's where we want to go. I think this might go over here by the way. Clearly I go too hard with this weapon. Nice. Love enchanted items. Love that for me. So I had a lot of fun last night playing Virtue's Last Reward. I'm not playing it tonight because our good friend Mr. Coins and Groins has really been getting into it, and he was not available tonight. So, you know, I try to accommodate regulars as best I can with my stream schedule. So I figured, I don't know what I'm going to play tonight then. And then I said, I haven't touched Skyrim in a while. Why not? See, the Falmer bow does way more damage. So I feel like I'm going to give you a Falmer bow and see if you take it.
I'm still here. What do you need to take?
I want to give you...
What do you need to take? Let's go.
It's weird that she unequipped her bow when she did that. Oh, okay, there she goes. Now she goes. That's a better bow than the one you had before. I always go first, and that's not where I'm supposed to go. For whatever I need down there, I need to get in there. So I think I need to go over here first to get the key. Is that I need to get that focusing crystal from the lady, and I always forget to take it off of her body. And then I have to come back. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Not today. Today I've grabbed the crystal. Oh, Ayla.
Gavros, is that you? I'd almost given up hope. Let me get the door.
Sure.
What the? Yes?
Who are you?
What are you doing here? What have you done with Gavros?
Your friend Garros is dead.
It was the Falmer, wasn't it? Curse them! They've ruined everything. If Gavros is gone, there is no hope. He was supposed to return with the crystal. Without that, all our efforts are wasted.
Oh, you mean this crystal?
And you, if you're here for treasure or wisdom or anything, I'm afraid you've wasted your time.
What is this about a crystal?
It didn't work the first time. I tried to tell Gavros, but he wouldn't listen. No, it won't be too cold, he said. Well, I was right, wasn't I? Focused completely wrong by the time we got here. The cold had warped it.
Right.
Gavros had to cart it all the way
This
back to
is an annoying
Cyrodiil.
puzzle.
Left the rest of us here to fend off the damnable Falmer.
I gotta look up the solution to that because I'm not dealing with that. Happen to find a focusing crystal. Is this what you were looking
You
for?
found... How in the world? That's it? That's it! I don't know who you are, but you may have just saved this little project. In fact, who are you anyway?
Oh, I'm at the College of Winterhold.
You are you?
Mm-hmm.
Savos wouldn't even grant us an audience when we came to you, but now you come here expecting something from me? I don't much like this, I'll tell you. But you saved my skin, so maybe I can overlook the past for now. Come on, I'll explain on the way.
Okay.
No matter what Gavros said, this was my idea first. The Council is going to know that when I get back. I was the one who thought of using this oculory. I don't know what the dwarves
I
called
believe
it.
that's the way to Skyrim.
Something unpronounceable. Sure. From all our research, it seems they were intent on discerning the nature of the divine. This machinery, all of it, was designed to collect starlight, and then...
Collect starlight.
Not sure. Split it somehow? It was my idea to replace one of the elements with our focusing crystal. Months of enchantments went into it. Let's just hope they got it right this time.
Don't see that every day.
Nope, but we have seen one of these before. So we got the other Elder Scroll. And here are books of Flames and Frostbite in case you don't have them, because you need them. And a collection of memory inquiries, which I'll just take for the funsies. Crap. So I need to look up the solution to this puzzle. Has to do with a certain number of blasts.
Place the crystal in the central apparatus, and we can start the process for focusing it. results. They're not at all what they should be. This projection should be lit up like the night sky. Something is creating an incredible amount of interference. Something in Winterhold, it looks like. What are you playing at? Is this some attempt to stall my work? So what is it?
about-
What have you done?
I haven't done anything.
Did you know what we were attempting? Are you here to make sure your plan worked? That our efforts have been for nothing? Well, explain yourself.
Did something go wrong?
Go wrong? Go wrong? Everything is wrong. Everything. Whatever you have at that college has completely interfered with our work here. How did you do it?
I haven't done anything, I
But
swear.
it must be something you're doing. There's no other explanation. You have something at your college, don't you? Something immensely powerful, beyond anything I've anticipated. What is it?
I'm not going to answer that.
So you do have something, then. Whether this was intentional or not, it suggests some interesting results.
What are you talking about?
You're looking for something, yes? The Staff of Magnus. Well, even if you are trying to ruin my work, there's still something to be learned here. I can't explain the details. That would be giving away many secrets the Synod have learned over the years. Also, I doubt you'd be able to comprehend the details. Have you seen the orrery in the Imperial City? It was the inspiration for this idea. Instead of projecting the sky, we project all of Tamriel, and then harness the latent energies to overlay the positions of... What's important is that all of this work was designed to reveal to us sources of great magical power. Purely to help safeguard the Empire, of course.
Of course.
And yet, in the end, only 2 locations have been revealed to us. One is your college. The other, well, that can only be Labyrinthian. So, mage from Winterhold, despite your intentions, I've beaten your little game. Even if all you've said here is lies, I know you have something in Winterhold the Synod Council will be very interested in. So fine, trudge off to Labyrinthian in search of your staff. I shall return to Cyrodiil and deliver my full report to the Council. This is not over, I assure you.
You've been here too long, I think you're crazy.
Am I?
I think you're
Am
crazy.
I think I've discovered more here than I could have hoped to. Your trickery won't confuse me.
Right, the Staff of Magnus.
Well, yes. Probably. I mean, yes. Certainly it is. But that doesn't matter now, because I know you're hoarding something even more important at your college. The Council will be informed of this. They will find out what you're up to. I think we're done. Never should have come here.
I'm telling nobody nothing. Didn't necessarily need to do that, I don't think, but I wanted to do it anyway. Yes, there's an exit down here. Labyrinthian we go. I walk right past it. Oh, or was that the... Oh, yeah, I know where I'm supposed to go. I'm really dumb. This door. Ooh. Cedric man.
You have done well thus far, but trying times are ahead. It is imperative that you return to your college at once. You will be called on to take swift action, rise to the challenge, and discover what you are capable of. You are on the right path, and you will prevail.
Bad things are going on.
casting you? On Kano? How?
I don't care what it is. I want it down now. I want to know what he's doing in there. I don't know what he's doing, but he won't get away with it.
I know where to find the Shaft of Magnus.
Excellent. I'd suggest that we go retrieve it immediately. But right now we have more pressing matters. Ankano has somehow locked himself in the hall. It's up to something, and I intend to put a stop to it. Help us get through this, will you? We're throwing everything we have at it. I don't know what he's doing, but he won't get away with it. Now's not the time. We need to put a stop to it. Ankano, stop this at once! I command you!
Don't go near him!
Are you all right? Can you walk? I need you on your feet. We're in trouble here.
I think I'm okay.
Ankano is doing something with that thing, the eye. We can't stop him. I haven't seen Savo since the explosion. He must have been blown clear, and he may be injured. I need you to find the Archmage, and I need you to do it quickly. Get moving.
What happened?
I'll be fine. I just need a minute to catch my breath. Find Savos.
Spoilers, it's not good. Clear out the front door?
I'm going to find
What's
who
up?
did
Are
this.
you all right? What happened in there?
I thought Economy's done something with the eye.
By the nine, is he responsible for this? The Archmage? Dead? There's more. Something's happened to Winterhold. It must be whatever Ankano did. You need to get out there and make sure it's safe. Quickly now, quickly. I'll find Mirabelle and see if we can't put a stop to this.
Is he dead?
Well,
I'm going to find whoever did this.
he's halfway through the floor, so probably. Actually, the worst.
What's going on? What happened in there?
Something went wrong until maybe
It may be in danger? Take a look. I don't think there's much question. Let's get down there. We have to do something. Come on, O'Neill. Let's go.
We have to? They'd never lift a finger to help us.
Don't be such a baby. There's money smoking doors. Oh god. god, shadow me!
We'll stay here. Get back to the college and let them know what's going on. Keep... Stay on your guard. We can't let... come to these people.
Hey, coins, what is up? How are ya? How are ya? I'm alright. Hanging in there. I'm very tired.
Well, is everything out there? Wish I could say the same for us. Tolfdir and I can try and keep this contained. You need to get your hands on the Staff of Magnus, now. What? Are you sure? The staff is there.
Yep.
That can't be a coincidence.
What are you talking about?
The Archmage. He gave me something just a little while ago. He told me it was from Labyrinthian and that I would know what to do with it when the time came. I think he meant this for you then. I'm not sure why, but there was something very personal about it for him. I think you should take this amulet. It belonged to Savos, but I think it would do you the most good now. Take it and get out of here. Bring back that staff before Ancano brings the whole college down around us.
Yes! More virtues on small ward tomorrow! Win! I'm very excited as well. What necklace did he give us? Increases your magic by 50 points. Well, the Locket of St. Jib is more of my jam for now. What did she give me? I still have Meridia's Beacon. Oh. The Torque of Labyrinthian. Yeah, that's right. Big old doorknob.
Chanting servant.
I should find the road. Take that up. my horse up the stairs. Actually, I really should. Just so I can explore. Here we are. Oh, Savos!
Come on, we're finally here. Let's not waste any more time.
Are we truly sure this is a good idea?
Oh yeah, this is like a memory.
We'll be back at the college before anyone even knows we're gone.
You would care about that. Something in Archbishop's favor.
I don't really care about that story. TBH. I've seen the story before. They did bad, dumb things. Ooh, a botanical.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Ooh, detect life.
Can you imagine the looks on their faces when we come back?
You keep talking like you're sure we'll find something useful in here.
Given the history of this place, it's more than likely there's still some amount of power here.
Enchanted weapons, tomes of ancient knowledge, Shalador's secrets themselves. Who knows what we could find?
Who knows? The possibilities are endless. Except it's death and destruction. If I have to. I'm not gonna go through all these corpses. I guess that's where he was chilling. Sometimes I see stuff I can't believe I see it, considering how blind I am. You know what I mean, Queens? Hello, brave city Bromjanar. Forever these walls shall stand, may her enemies see your majesty, may all fate to behold them.
We have to go back. We can't leave Gerduin.
We barely made it out alive.
What was that thing, anyway?
Go back in?
It's too late. There isn't enough of him left to go back in after.
Gods, what have we done?
Bad things. Bad, terrible things. Again, if you don't have this flame spell, it's there. But we have the flame spell. It's obvious what we got. Somehow the door dropped some more axes. Yeah, same to you, buddy. Another way down that will not trigger my fear of heights so bad. What can I say? Or not. Maybe it's a special room. Give me the goodies. Equilibrium. What does equilibrium do? Convert 25 points of health into magicka per second. Caster can be killed by this effect. Interesting.
Of yours.
Yes. Yes, you must. More axes in an ash pile, no less. Yeah, well, if it was a creature that I turned to ash, fine, but it was a door. Also, don't you love how, like, otherworldly beings always refer to the whatever humans speak as guttural? I feel like the Dova language sounds more guttural than what we're saying, but... I knew there was ore under there. Somewhere over there. Whatever. Got it. is dead. I like how the guy who made this mod took like the little areas that seem a little empty, or that you might not normally go to because it's just like there's nothing there. And that's where he chooses to put the excavation sites, which is pretty cool.
Are you?
No.
Let's just set you in his place.
Again, not. But once I get that gate open, we can talk and figure it out. That is a head. Glow dust. Wisp wrap makes you go wisp more. Glow dust too. What was that?
Did he warn you that your rogue power would be your undoing? That it would only serve to strengthen me?
Oh, that's why weapons came out, because an enemy popped out. I didn't see the enemy pop out of the other door. That makes sense.
Just another minute, please.
Come on. Can't stop now. We have to keep moving.
Where's Elvely? She was right behind me.
Dead. Something grabbed her from behind. Gone before I could do anything.
Oh, this is when I get the cool weapons! Yes, the Drain Heart weapons. These weapons are so cool. There's stronger weapons in the game, but they look so cool on display in my museum, so I'm taking them.
I don't think going back is a good idea.
Going back would be the end of all of us. We keep pushing forward and we'll make it. We will!
Come on, you can make it. Let's go.
So cool. Hey, Ice Devil, what is up, my friend? How are you? What is going on? How's life? How you been? Come here, give me the Drain Heart weapons. Take all of them. Oh, I grabbed something weird. An embalming tool. Yes, give me those! Great spell bow. I think there's an axe as well that I'm gonna want to collect. Yep, there she goes. The only place where you can get them to. There she is. Drain Heart Battle Axe. I'm hanging in there. You're getting married in 6 days. Congratulations. It's so exciting. That's awesome. Are you going on a honeymoon? Do you have a honeymoon picked out? Steadfast Ward. Increases armor rating by 60 points and negates up to 60 points of spell damage. Nice. You won't do your honeymoon for another year when you were originally supposed to get married. Not in the budget. We moved the wedding up because your grandma's sick. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad she'll be able to be there. But you're going to Hawaii, though. That's awesome. I've heard Hawaii is beautiful. I've never been, but my... Oh, yep, I love this area. Yep. Suit this weekend. That's a really rough way to get through that. Yeah, with the candy traps, you have to grab the soul gems that are powering it to shut it off.
Do you?
That's a rough one. That's so cool. Well, congratulations.
I pledge my strength to the Lady Valkyrie.
Oh! Ice Devil with the gift sub, the coins of glory. Thank you so much, Ice Devil. That was so kind of you. I appreciate it. September is starting soon, by the way, guys. In case you don't know what September is. I think it starts in a couple of days, like on the 3rd or something, but September is half off subs. Alrighty, go have a good sleep. Thanks so much for stopping in, and thank you for handing out that gift sub. And I love you too, Ice Devil. Mwah. I adore you. You know I do. But September, ladies and gentlemen, it's half off subs, so you guys pay half off. You pay half of the subs. So if you want to sub to somebody for, you know, $4.99 sub, it's going to be, you know, $2.48, whatever half of it works out to. But the streamers still get the full amount of revenue that we would normally get from a full price sub, so you still get to support people. And there's a bunch of different benefits and other cool stuff going on. I would highly suggest that you look into it. September is always pretty cool. What is this? Ancient Helmet of the Unburned. I'll take that, thank you. Honed Ancient Nord Greek Sword of Scorching. I will also take that. For the collection. Oh shit! Oh fuck! He knocked my shit out of my hands! Fuck! 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 I forgot that's a thing they can do! Where'd my other dagger go? It's gonna be like finding a needle in a haystack, man. I kissed the wood wall. What do we got today? Sam, slow time. Luckily, I found the special unique one I was using. I found my... Oh no, I didn't! Oh shit! No, that was my regular ebony dagger. Where's my blade of woe? Where's my blade of woe? Oh dear. No, I cannot leave without the blade. They're not going to disappear for good if you don't recover it. No, it should be laying around here somewhere. I mean, the game is also a glitch fest as always, so it very well could have disappeared, but it shouldn't have. I really don't want to go all the way back to the last time I saved. Stronger. What happens if it landed in the fire? Nothing. It'll just be sitting in the fire. I don't think it blasted out that far. What happened, Anthony, you missed it, is I was fighting him, and sometimes these guys have this ability where they shout at you and they blow your weapons out of your hand. So I found my ebony dagger, but my unique item that I got from Dark Brotherhood quest, my blade of woe, went flying, and now I can't find it. So I need to find my dagger. Binch, where's my dagger? He's laughing. If you ever want to get an item, you can do player.add item, and then you need the item code. Which for this one is 0009 CCDC. Ooh. Missing parameter count. Oh. There we go. Blade of where to go. Yeah, it's pretty much what it is now, huh? So anyway, if you ever need to do that, that's what you can do. So now I have another... Oh. It was already in my... How? Stupid. I don't need 2 blades of woe. toss out the one I spawned in. Anthony, that's not an appropriate word to use in my chat. Also, I'm not. It's just, that's not supposed to happen. Also, I don't need this many swords or battle axes. I just need one of each for my collection. And I should...
Like the bite of a flea.
I wasn't there was because when I went into my favorites, once I picked up the ebony dagger, it was back in my favorites menu, but the Blade of Woe wasn't there, so I was like, shit, where did the Blade of Woe go? Apparently the Blade of Woe decided not to re-favorite itself, even though my boring ebony dagger did.
We all stay together.
So that was wonderful. Thank you, Skyrim. You know that I love how buggy and inconsistency you are. It's the best thing about you. You could also just call me an idiot and say that I should have checked my inventory first. That's also a fair assumption. Assessment, that is. It's a fair assessment. I'll take that. My brother will take any chance he has to call me stupid, so... Good times. Oh, yeah, okay, so I remember this. This part sucks. These guys are annoying. And I want to bunch them. We need to get at that guy, which means we need to kill these guys that are protecting him. Yeah, you probably did. Now he's free. I didn't quite mean to. I should have paid attention. That's the way out, so let's go after him. I'll be a chance. Where are you, bitch? Hey, there you are. Tomorrow, kid. Alright, so we've got a card. We've got the Cloak of Morike for our collection. We've got gold. We've got his mask. The Dragon Priest masks are very collectible. And the Staff of Magnus. Yay! Another Cloak of Morike, why not? If you're gonna give me two, I'll take two.
I'm sorry, friends. I'm so sorry. I had no choice. It was the only way to make sure that monster never escaped. I promise you, I'll never let this happen again.
Yeah, well, I killed him, so I got revenge for you. So Now you can stop whining.
So, you made it out of there alive. Ancana was
yes.
right. You are dangerous. I'm afraid I'll have to take that staff from you now.
Nope.
Ancana wants it kept safe. Oh, and he wants you dead. Nothing personal.
I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid you do.
Alright. Bye. They never learn. Haha. I'm taking all the Thalmor things to put them on display in my wonderful, wonderful museum of wonders and dreams. And then Thalmor can come visit my museum and go, how did you get our clothing? And I can go, how do you think I got your clothing? Don't fuck with me again. Isn't that what siblings are for? Sure! Siblings are there to tell each other they're stupid. Yo, how was that chicken Dad made, Anthony? Well, my dad was making some kind of spicy chicken, like, ridiculous level of spicy. Like, the house was full of smoke and my nostrils were burning level of spicy. I have no idea what the hell happened. Or what he was cooking. It's frustrating. I remember this. Not hot but spicy. I'm not hot but spicy, man. Those of you who watch the incredible Whose Line Is It Anyway should know that reference. Okay. Wow, we are really, really close to being over encumbered. Let's go back to Winterhold and turn this staff in. Not hype, but spice. Oh, I went to the wrong place. Oh no, I didn't. Right. The whole point is that I'm supposed to walk up to it now. Because stuff is going on.
Some are saying the Sijic monks have been seen in Skyrim. They're an ancient.
Fight our way back in. Come on, kids, let's go. Talk to one first. Whoops. Up here.
You survived. You have it then? Let's hope it's as powerful as the Sijics believe it to be.
Where's Mirabelle?
She didn't make it.
Oh, I forget Mirabelle
When it was
dies.
clear we were going to have to fall back, she stayed behind and made sure the rest of us were all right.
Well, let's get in there.
I'll be right behind you.
I'm not ready to die. I'm just not.
You won't die. Take a deep fucking breath. Jesus Christ.
We never should have brought that thing here.
No, we probably shouldn't have. And I'm keeping the staff out because I believe I need the staff to also kill Ancano. But I could be wrong. this, queens.
Come for me, have you? You think I don't know what you're up to? You think I can't destroy you? The power to unmake the world at my fingertips. And you think you can do anything about it? I am beyond your pathetic attempts at magic. You cannot touch me.
The stab! Use it on the eye!
Enough! Still you persist? Very well. Come then. See what I can do now. Hey!
Dead, asshole.
I knew you could do it.
What do we do now?
I don't know. Ancano is gone, but whatever he's done to the eye doesn't seem to have stopped. I have no idea what to do.
Maybe our friend from the Sigic Order does.
We knew you would succeed. Your victory here justifies our belief in you. You have proven yourself more than worthy to guide the College of Winterhold. The eye has grown unstable. It cannot remain here, or else it may destroy your college and this world. It must be secured. Ancano's actions prove that the world is not ready for such a thing.
Okay.
We shall safeguard it. For now. You now have the opportunity to maintain your college and carry on with your lives. You have our gratitude, Archmage.
Thank you. So the Archmage. Alright, we got a bunch of them here.
You've done it. The college is safe again thanks to your work.
Oh, thank you.
I knew you had it in you. I dare say the Sigics are right. There's no one more deserving to be Archmage, in my opinion. Here, consider these yours, and the Archmage's quarters as well. I shall be here for advice, should you need me.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and now I'm over encumbered. The Archmage's robes are too heavy for me. Fuck. We just got the dragon bone. There, have a dragon bone.
Good to see Skyrim serious. I'm always available should you need me.
We stumbled upon that thing, and then just a bad guy got his hands on it. And so they're just taking it because the world is not ready for it, which I fully agree with. Ready for... Oh, he's already gone. She's already gone, that is. I don't know why, but my companion always falls through the floor right there. Has to be something with the way they program the Dragonborn Gallery onto this map. Always fall into the ground. 286 there. Well, we're gonna get an even better one.
Time for us to go now,
Bigger
Henry.
number. And now, okay, so that's the companions. Here we go. We got this now because we did the mage.
This is quite the collection.
Oh, it is. First, I'm gonna see if I can make anything with my archaeology stuff, and then we're gonna slap everything into. Up for other quests, but I have so many other quests in my archive, in my quest log. I'm gonna leave these here for now. We've got that one, we've got that one, we've got that one. They're all items to find to put here. Hello, Kay Bachman. This bookshelf is looking pretty good. This one's still looking pretty sparse. I gotta find these books somewhere. These are looking pretty good though. My necklace collection is coming along too. This bottom row is not doing so great, but... books I collected into my book collection, and then drop off all my personal effects. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I don't know what quest I'm gonna do next. Change the genders of the mannequins. I believe I have them mixed between male and female. Because alright, let's dump as many books as we can in here. Some of them are gonna leave because the quest's related. Those will leave. Okay. Let's have that sorted.
Oh, you're here.
Oh, good.
I have some exciting news.
Ooh.
A benefactor to the museum was impressed with the exhibits here and donated a relic from their personal collection. You can decide if you want to use it or place it right on display.
What do we got? They didn't tell me what we got. What did we get? What we got. We'll have to figure it out. $14 buffed ninja? Oh no! Why'd they do that? Now there isn't a place to find it, he's just supposed to give it to me, but I wasn't close to him. He was on the lower level, so I don't know if that messed it up or... I don't know. This is my personal stuff. This is stuff that the game doesn't know how to sort. I have to put Arvek's skull and these paragons in their own places. Those you can use over and over again, so they don't automatically put them away, but I gotta go put them away by hand at some point. Oh, this is what he gave us. Scourge. Causes additional damage to Daedra. Banishes summon Daedra. Wow. Wow. No, I don't want to put those arrows away. The arrows were nothing. I'm going to put the other one in my cloakroom. For some reason. Okay. Alright, so everything's there and sorted. Septimus. We haven't given him this yet, have we? This should lead us to the Ogma Infinium. If I could eat anything right now, what would it be? I'm not really craving anything right now. So I don't know. I suppose the first thing that just came to my mind is sushi sounds pretty nice.
When the top level
Here's
was
the
built,
lexicon.
give it quickly. Extraordinary. I see it now. The ceiling structure interlocks in the tiniest fractals. Dwemer blood can loose the hooks, but none alive remain to bear it. A panoply of their brethren could gather to form a facsimile, a trick. Something they did not anticipate. No, not even them.
Also, hello,
The blood of Altmer, Bosmer, Dunmer, Falmer, and Orsimer. The elves still living provide the key. Bear you hence this extractor. It will drink the fresh blood of elves. Come when its set is complete.
Right, I have to harvest the blood. Yeah. Okay. I forgot about that part. Is this the part? Yeah, this is the part where we run into, what's his name? Mehrunes Dagon, I think. Mehrunes? Cthulhu, what's up?
Come closer. Bask in my presence.
Who are you?
I am Hermaeus Mora. I am the guardian of the unseen, a knower of the unknown. I have been watching you, mortal.
Me? Why would you want to watch me?
Most impressive.
Well, what do you want of me?
Your continuing aid to Septimus renders him increasingly obsolete. He has served me well, but his time is nearing its end. Once that infernal lockbox is opened, he will have exhausted his usefulness to me.
Oh.
When that time comes, you shall take his place as my emissary. What say you?
Sure, that's a great idea, especially considering the Dragonborn DLC. I'm your servant.
Indeed. Speak with me when the box has been opened, and all shall be revealed.
Okay. So, what's gonna happen with this is as I fight these types of people, it's gonna give me, when I go to loot their bodies, the option to harvest their blood or just loot them. I usually don't go out of my way to find these guys. I usually just kind of play the game until I run into them all. Well, he's a Daedric prince, okay? And you get the Ogma Infinium, which is going to go into... I'm not going to use it. It's going to go into my museum, but the Ogma Infinium is pretty cool. It's a book, and you can read it to get a bunch of buffs. But then if you read it to get a bunch of buffs, it uses the item up. So instead of using it, I'm just going to put it in my museum, because why not? Right, the Pale Lady. I also have not done Meridia's Beacon. You know what? Let's do Meridia's Beacon. You want to talk about Daedric princes? Let's go play with another Daedric prince. Meridia's Beacon has been sitting in my inventory like nobody's business. Let's go to Dragon Bridge and just go to Meridia's Beacon. I believe this is the woman that lets us fly high up in the air. Should be a fun time. And if I also remember correctly, she's voiced by the incredible and incomparable, I say as
I'm hoping to run
her
my own
name
inn
escapes
someday.
me. This is terrible. Linda Carter,
They say the college
aka
has been snooping
Wonder
around
Woman, the
Sarfall.
original Wonder Woman.
Mages and the burial crypt.
I believe she's one of the ones that's voiced by Linda Carter. Linda Carter voices a couple of characters in this game, actually, if I remember correctly. I believe Meridia is one of them. She also voices that lounge singer in Fallout 4, and sings the songs, too. She has pretty good singing voice. Linda Carter's awesome, is really the whole moral of this lesson. The moral of this story is that Linda Carter is better than all of us. The end.
Look at my temple lying in ruins. So much for the constancy of mortals, their crafts and their hearts.
This is not Linda Carter.
If they love me not, how can my love reach them? Restore to me my beacon, that I might guide you toward your destiny.
Okay, following what a Daedric Prince tells us to do is definitely smart. There's a beacon. Whee!
It is time for my splendor to return to Skyrim.
Oh, this is cool at night. Oh man,
But the
really
token
cool
of my truth lies buried in the ruins of my once great temple, now tainted by a profane darkness skittering within. The necromancer Malkaran defiles my shrine with vile corruptions, trapping lost souls left in the wake of this war to do his bidding. Worse still, he uses the power stored within my own token to fuel his foul deeds. I have brought you here, mortal, to be my champion. You will enter my temple, retrieve my artifact, and destroy the Defiler.
Sure. I'll do it.
Of course you will. I have commanded
Ah,
it.
Daedric Princess.
Go now. The artifact must be reclaimed, and Malkaran destroyed.
Oblivion, you must prove your
Malkaran
worth
has
to even...
forced the door shut. But this is my temple, and it responds to my decree. I will send down a ray of light. Guide this light to my temple, and its doors will open.
Yeah, this is a pain in the booty. Anthony says, Oblivion, you must prove your worth to even talk to me at Daedric Prince Skyrim. Please pay attention to me. Do my quest, please. I hope Dovahkiin Senpai notices me. My temple's being defiled. I'm actually going to use the restroom really quickly, so I'll actually be right back. And then we will go into this temple and play Bouncing Lights. It's a great game, and by great I mean I hate it. I'll be right back.
Nordic rune, thousands.
Meridia's Beacon's been sitting in my inventory for a while. I think it's time to get rid of it. I'm stealing all of the offerings inside Meridia's thing. It's fine. I'm saving your thing. It's fine. This is just my payment for your service. Payment for my services is just, you know. Raiding all of the good stuff out of your temple. It's fine. I'm definitely loyal to you and definitely not working for another Daedric prince. I wanted to actually like write a novel based on this idea because it makes me laugh so hard. If you do all the quests in this game, you have your like immortal soul promised to like 15 different fucking people. And so I've always wanted to write a novel about like a hero who dies and then like 15 gods show up for their soul and they all look at each other like, what the fuck, guys? We can't like rent this guy out. This isn't like a divorce where like you have custody on Tuesdays. Like, what are we gonna do? It's just a funny concept to me. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just an idiot. That opened the door, and we're going to be having to find lots of those things to direct light to different places.
Get ready. Trouble ahead.
Also, that sound is annoying. I'm supposed to be going this way. That means I don't want to go this way. I want to see what this will do.
Think I'm afraid of you?
Oh, okay, it just opened that so we could get into the next room. Gotcha.
Just
I feel like this door is going to be trapped. Nice. speedrunner strats. Jumping. Ooh, these guys got a lot of gold on them. I was just joking about this being my, you know, payment.
Don't see that every day.
It really kind of is, huh? Give me your goodies. Give me your goodies. Ooh, a painting. Yes. Also, are those glass gauntlets? I'm gonna grab those. It's rare that I run into glass things. Keep them for my collection. Particularly annoying. Which I think will lead around to give us a way to get over there to that other platform. I think that's where I got confused last time. Because I was like, how do I get up there? And I didn't realize it opened this thing behind me. That sounds right. It sounds correct. First, see what's worth grabbing. That She voices me.
Get ready. Trouble ahead.
Always. Whoa. Excuse me. Thank you.
It is done. The Defiler is defeated. Take Dawnbreaker from its pedestal.
Ah, Dawnbreaker, correct. I love wielding Dawnbreaker, but I'm using dual wielding daggers in this playthrough, so I will just be putting her in the in the museum. But she's a great one. I'll show you what she does.
Malkaran is vanquished. Skyrim's dead shall remain at rest. This is as it should be. This is because of you. A new day is dawning, and you shall be its herald. Take the mighty Dawnbreaker, and with it purge corruption from the dark corners of the world. Wield it in my name, that my influence may grow.
Okay. I will display in your name.
May the light of certitude guide your efforts.
Dawnbreaker. Burns for 10 points, and when killing undead, a chance to cause a fiery explosion that turns or destroys nearby undead. Really, really nice, especially when you're going through stuff where you know you're going to run into a lot of Draugr. It's a really fun sword. But I'm going to put her on display. Cloak on display too. Go back to the Dragonborn Gallery, put a few things on display, and then I think I'm going to call it a night.
Wait there, citizen. I'm sorry, but the museum is closed to the public at the
Oh
moment.
no, one of these. I'm the relic hunter.
Oh, you're the proprietor of the collection here. Good. Orion told me I should be expecting you eventually. There's been a situation at the museum, and Orion has called in the priest of Arcade to assist. I'm Brother Ickard.
Oh gods, who died?
Well, no one, but rather that's what we're trying to find out.
Yeah, I remember this.
You see, the museum is apparently plagued by a ghost of some kind, and it's beginning to unnerve the patrons and Orion himself. Therefore, he closed the museum to the public until this can be sorted out.
Is the spirit dangerous?
It's uncertain at this point. Most spirits merely have some unfinished business that preoccupies their minds and souls, binding them to Mundus. But they can become rather testy if not appeased eventually.
What do you need from me?
Well, you know the museum better than most. I'll need some help discovering the spirit's reasons for being here. There are almost always clues as to the spirit's motivation in the place that they choose to haunt. Also, if something goes awry, I'd prefer to have someone capable at my side.
Alright, what do we need to do?
The ghost is most active at night, according to Orion. So we should return here at nightfall, say around 9, and see what we can discover.
So, Night at the Museum is a really fun quest. We're gonna save here. I'm gonna do that another day. But it's a really fun quest. It's one of those quests that comes with, obviously, the Legacy of the Dragonborn DLC. I keep saying DLC. Because it feels like a DLC. The mod. There's a couple of them that actually have to do with the museum itself. So yeah, that'll be fun to do next time. But for now, thank you guys so much for joining me and hanging out with me tonight. Tomorrow, I'll be back with more Virtue's Last Reward. We'll do some puzzle solving and storyline jumping. It should be a good time. Thanks so much for hanging with me, and I will see you all very soon. Have a lovely evening.